Good morning, girls. Oh, I feel so amazing. This was my first group workout after being at home, not going to group workouts. Like, they make me feel alive and they awaken something. I feel like a sense of community, like I'm not alone. Like, who wants to work out alone, right? Anyway, every time I do a workout, I feel so inspired and I get like all sorts of thoughts going on and inspiration. So here is something I've been thinking about to share with you today. And it is about guys being so terrified to date or marry an independent woman because of their own insecurities. And imagine this woman can provide for herself. She is the not only the provider for herself, but she doesn't need him. Like, she does not find the fulfillment in his, it feels good, but it's not like if he leaves her, like, she's not gonna die, right? Versus some women are so codependent on that relationship, and there's a different kind of energy going on. And so this kind of energy is so seductive, and it is so attractive, and it is so amazing. But it is also so scary because guys are not as self-confident as we tend to think, or as the society tells us guys are. They're just like girls. They have their own fears and insecurities. They have their own body issues. They have their own little things, and they doubt themselves as well. So when they see a girl who is just going for it, she's like ruling in life, and she has everything coming her way, and she's making her own money, and she is like working out, and she's attracting other guys, he gets so insecure. He's terrified, to not be at the same level as her, right? To not fail. The fear of failure is what those guys are terrified for. Those women are like, they want them. They're like, they crave them because they are so unreachable. They are so seductive. They want these women. They want to fuck them. But that's like, for a long-term relationship, for them, they're too afraid, too scared to have that sustainability, to be at the same level as some of us independent women are. And so the trick is it's totally okay to be independent and strong and powerful, but guys need a level of vulnerability that only they can fulfill. So in that sense, yes, you can be independent and strong and beautiful in like all other areas, but in bed, like, you want to be submissive. Like, you don't want to dominate all other areas, but with that guy, you want to dominate him. Now, there are different kinds of guys too, and some are, in fact, they have this very feminine energy in them, and they don't mind being dominated even in bed. But for majority of guys, they've been raised as providers for the family. They've been raised with the idea that they need to be strong and stronger as a woman, and girls are weak. That's just kind of the general society idea of like the feminine and masculine roles in the society, right? And so majority of guys are raised with that idea. They need to be the strong ones. They need to provide. And when the girl is doing it for herself, it's intimidating. It's very intimidating for them to compete with that because they don't believe they can. And so in a sense, they admire those qualities in you, and those are somewhat of a masculine quality. But in order to embody the feminine within you, you have to kind of check in with that feminine quality that you do in fact have. And the right place to use it is in the intimate relationship, in bed, in just like the whole relationship dynamic. Like, you can be independent anywhere else, but with him, You need his help. You need his support. You need him to fuck you hard. Like, you need him to be that dominant person. Like, you want to position yourself as this feminine energy with him in particular. Everywhere else, don't, like, no problem. But with him, if that's the dynamic in most of your relationships, you want for him to do something. You want to pretend that you are a little weak and you need his help. You need to pretend that, you know, you massage his ego, right? You massage his ego, and he's like, yes, I'm the provider. I'm helping her. She can't be without me. Like, that's the whole idea. You want to create this situation, this energetic connection where he feels that he is needed by you. He feels that he is doing something you can't do for yourself. He is feeling that he is providing you, giving you the strong help, like even like fixing the doorknob on the door, like whatever that might be, whatever his area of strength is, you want his help. And to be honest with you girls, like we might look independent and don't need anyone's help, but the thing is, there are always areas of weaknesses that we have no knowledge of, or certain, like, and maybe he's the one that can help you. Like, you know, there was a situation back in the a few years ago where you know, I had, like, I knew nothing about real estate investing, and so I started learning, right? And so, like, that's the area, and I got you know, a little bit of like, so like, that's the area. For example, like, you want his advice. I'm just using this as an example, right? You want his opinion, like, this is his strong area, or whatever he might like, I don't know. So you get my point, right? Like, those guys, they admire independent women. They're like, oh, they're goddesses, they're queens, like, they're so, like, I want to fuck her, but that's the end of the story. And after that, like, if she continues being that in that masculine energy, he's gonna lose the interest. He's gonna feel like, okay, I achieved this, I won over, like, you know, they're gonna feel like a winner, and they pass on to the next. Like, this is not a wife material, this is not a relationship material, this is like, it's too hard, like, she's way too masculine, way too independent. But if you intend to keep that going and keep, you know, you like him, you want that, like, you need to find an area in that energy dynamic with him where you feel that he is the provider, he's the dominant one, he's helping you, and he is needed. He's needed. And that is the dynamic. Like, he needs to feel needed, so it massages his masculine ego. And so the balance of feminine and masculine is being preserved in that particular area, in the area of relationship. Can be anywhere else. Like, you can, like, you know, be your own boss and, like, make your own money and, like, just do whatever you want, travel the world all by yourself, like, totally okay. But, like, in the area of that energy dynamic with him, you want to show a little bit of that softness and a little bit of that you know, sexy side, the feminine side, the not weak is not the right word, but like the soft is what is more, feels more correct for this. You know, you want him to step in with his masculine energy and allow for that beautiful dance of masculine and feminine, all at the same time. And that is, you know, my favorite mentor always said, you never find the balance, but it's always about the balancing act. It's a dance. You always balance act. You never find that balance ever. But you dance and enjoy the process, and that's what you can do. Mwah! Thank you so much for being here and listening to me. What a wonderful, beautiful, beautiful morning, and I'll talk to you soon.